So now it is prepped and ready for you to add a whole shitload of bubble wrap to it and put it in whatever box you're going to use to send it to your modder or your installer. And in this case, we're sending it to Ivory Tower. So we wish it the best on its long journey to, I think it's Massachusetts or some shit. I know I got some coming in from Rhode Island, so that's why I got that up New England on the mind. But we wish it well on its journey, and I guess hats off to you, man. You know, you got this now. Take care of our baby, and obviously make the baby a grown-up and send her back to us.
Incoming transmission.
Good evening, Rachel. I'm Jesse, and I welcome you to the Ivory Tower Collections game room. Sitting here next to me is your Atari 5200 console, and it's done. That's right, it's ready to come back home. So let's talk a little bit in more detail about this project. You had reached out to me through email about possibly getting some AV upgrades done on a 5200 that I think you already had, but then you had decided it might be better to go ahead and just get a different console to send to me and to go ahead and upgrade that one. And that's what you did. And in this particular case, you had chosen the SOPHIA upgrade option, which is the more high-end one, of course, but that does allow us to put in place, at least in your case, YUV component output. And that has all been done. But in addition to that, of course, I also went through and did basic diagnostics on the console. I didn't find anything wrong with it at all, which is really cool. And it's in really good shape overall, which, of course, you know. I also checked both of the controller ports. They're working well. It just needed a very, very tiny adjustment on the pokey adjustment trimmer, which is right over here, to basically get it back into factory specifications. But it was pretty close. Probably would have worked for 99% of the games anyway where it was sitting. And that's pretty much it. I gave the cartridge port a clean. I did go ahead and do a couple of other preventive maintenance things just to, you know, increase longevity of the console going forward. One of which is I went ahead and replaced both of the voltage regulators because, again, the originals are, you know, 40 years old and they can burn out over time and with little to no notice. So you've got brand new voltage regulators there, the real high-end ones. And then I also went ahead and replaced the main filter capacitor, although there's just one tiny little capacitor in the two-port models, but went ahead and replaced that out anyway because, again, the original is 40 years old. And also replaced out the audio capacitors as well. And then aside from that, it was mainly just getting the SOPHIA board installed, which wasn't that big a deal. It's a pretty easy installation process, but I do things a tiny bit differently. And that one of the things I do is I do replace the original socket that the GTIA chip was in. That's the chip that gets removed that the SOPHIA replaces. And that's because the original chip is designed for, you know, flat leg ICs to be inserted into it. The SOPHIA actually has round header pins for its interconnections. So as a result, while you can technically plug it into the original socket that's on the board, it wears it out so that if you ever want to try to revert and take the SOPHIA out, maybe to use it in a different console, and want to try to put the GTIA chip back in again, you'll find that it's too loose and it won't fit properly and you'd have to replace the socket. So what I do in those instances is I remove the original socket and I replace it with a 40-pin machine pin header socket, which actually has the round holes on it designed specifically for those types of connections. And it is also backward compatible with original flat leg ICs, although they don't tend to make as good a contact in that kind of a socket because, again, it's, you know, you're putting a flat peg in a round hole in this case, but they will work. And that's pretty much it. Now I do have this little baggie here, which has your original socket, and it also has the original GTIA chip that's been removed. There's nothing wrong with the chip. It's completely functional, and it is a custom chip for the 5200 and the Atari 8-bit computer, so it's not something you can just that easily commonly get. So it's good to have this and to hold on to it just in case you ever need it in time. I also have another little baggie here. Now I'll be sending these items back with the console, of course. That has the two original voltage regulators along with the other little 3 capacitors that I replaced out on the system, just again as part of preventive maintenance. And that's pretty much it.
Several days later.
And just like that, we are back. Hello everyone, welcome to another Twin Family video. I'm Rachel Schaefer, your host, and it's finally back. The 5200 from Ivory Tower. It's been a couple of weeks, but it is here in the flesh. And nice, really wrapped in bubble wrap. I just took it out of the big box, but it wouldn't fit on the table, so I had to take it out. Usually I open everything on camera. And I really want to especially thank the person who, no, it's now since deleted thanks to my team, but the person who on one of my videos says that it took this retard to 8 minutes to open a package. So for you, especially, I dedicate this video. And by the way, I can never understand all those people that have a problem that watch my videos. Like, if you don't like what I put out there, don't fucking watch. It's that simple. There's a million other YouTubers who could suck their dicks. You don't need to watch me. There's a million other, especially in the classic gaming communities, a million other morons and virgins who live with their parents that you can fondle over. People that never had a vagina in their lives. I can think of a few of them off the top of my head. And even a couple who seem suspect as far as pedophilia. But, hey, watch their videos. Don't watch mine then. And we got a bunch of painter's tape on the 52. Because honestly, that's the main reason I do this stuff. And it's important to actually talk about what you're about to open, so the audience has a fucking clue as to what it is. And also, you want to be able to open stuff on camera in case it's broken or you need to deal with insurance or whatever. Which I'm assuming Jesse's a trustworthy guy, so he probably put insurance on here. Because I know I do every time I gotta send a system out. And look at all these layers of bubble wrap, which is good, especially if you want to send it out to an installer. I'm sorry if I'm taking this off the camera, back on the camera. Because all this bubble wrap is actually a good thing. It shows that the installer that you're sending your shit to actually cares enough to do so. It's actually going to take care of your stuff, so your stuff's in good hands when you're sending this out. Which, by the way, asshole, is the main reason I fucking do this shit. And we're almost there. Just one more to go, and it's looking great as is. I love it already. And look at that. I'll see if I can slide this out. Wait a minute. There, because I don't want to pull anything important. There we go. Alrighty, and here's the 5200 back. And of course, we've got to take the painter's tape off of here. And one good thing about painter's tape is, you seen I just took it off of here, right? And no marks. Especially if there's no marks, no sticky residue, which is great. And just stuck to the back of the cords. Behind me I have a whole, I actually broke out the OSSC for this one because this TV does not have component input. And I don't feel like taking out my RetroTink 4K yet. You know what I'm saying? So for the kitchen testing, I had to break out the OSSC again. So even if you're upgrading from an OSSC to a RetroTink 4K, still keep the OSSC. Still keep your old scaler because you never know when it's going to come in handy. Like tonight, for example. I need to test something. This TV doesn't have component, so I had to break out the OSSC. And by the way, since I don't have any component cables that I could find right now, I'm using RCA, but it should still work anyway. So we're going to be testing that theory tonight too. And you can tell he gives a shit because here's the bubble wrap on the back. And he did say he was sending back components. And here they are. I don't want to leave them inside the system. I'm sure you can if you want to. But I'd rather not because you never know. Last thing I want is something jiggling around inside. And first we're going to go over the parts that he sent back. And these are the old regulators. I don't know why you would need these. You know, I'm sure I'm just going to throw them away. But definitely going to keep this. Because this is the old GTIA. And there's not very many of these out there as parts. So God forbid if anything happens to the SOPHIA and I need to go, or if I want to make this stock again somehow, I need to keep this. This is as important as if you're gonna work on 360 or some device you need to back up the flash. This is important. So here's the 5200 back. Now, obviously he turned the things back on the RF shielding, so I can't fully show it, but here's some pictures. And as you can see, here's the SOPHIA install. And he also worked on the audio circuit as well, because as you can see here, and I'm going to show you actually in a minute, that we have a component and we have a headphone jack for sound. And that's because obviously 5 ports cannot fit on the back of that expansion port. So that's why we went that route. So there's the red, green, blue, and then there's the headphone jack for the red, white sound. And obviously, since this is a 2-port, it didn't need that audio fix. So we're good. The power fix. So we're good to go on that. And now that we took a look at the pictures, here's the actual unit. And it looks very clean. It looks a lot cleaner than when it left. So he wasn't lying when he said cleaning was a part of the service. And he put new regulators and stuff on here. Here's a better shot of the work. And as you can see, there's some glue, but it's not like a mess like the last one. It actually blends into the system. It's not that big hot gun glue mess you saw with the 4-port that we had to send back. And see, no real bodge wires at all. You know, it's a lot cleaner install. And here's the things on the back. Now, it's not like uniform, but that's fine as long as you can actually use it. And it's, again, on the expansion port, which obviously Atari never used, so we don't have to worry about that. And obviously kept the cord because we could still use this with RF if we want to use the 2600 adapter, and we need time to do that. So anyway, the 5200 is back. It's looking great. Now it's just time to put the top back on and see the finished product completely. And here is the finished unit. The 5200 with the controller that we rebuilt. And of course, since we've also found the chip that was missing, we glued it back together. So other than a couple of glue marks, you really can't tell it was ever broken. And of course, we got all this mess with the OSSC because, as I said, this TV doesn't have component inputs. So we had to improvise. So we got the Competition Pro stick. We still got to clean, but should hopefully work for our purposes. This joystick's ready to go because we just rebuilt it. So everything should be on the up and up. Just got to get the cartridge out of here. Now, I don't have an actual component cable right now, so I'm using RCA, but by theory it should work, as long as they're plugged into the right ports. So without further ado, 3, 2, 1, and we have life. And look at that, look how beautiful it is. Oh, yeah. Well, I don't hear audio, but I'm sure that's something I can fix. So I'm gonna put this on the tripod, and we're gonna play some damn games. So now I got it on the tripod. Hopefully you're seeing it. It's working. And come to find out, I didn't have the headphone jack thing plugged in all the way in the OSSC. So now it's working, and you hear I don't know if you could see it. Nice and crisp. A lot crisper than before. And the stick, I tap it, it works, doesn't even, obviously if I move it a little bit it'll still go, but, so now, obviously since we had the original 5200 joystick hooked up, we want to play some games that take advantage of it. let's get the boring crap out of the way first with Super Breakout. And look how crisp this is. Absolutely gorgeous. And press the reset. Awesome. Press pause. Pause works. And I dare say it works a lot better now, ever since adding the new flex circuit and stuff. With the pokey adjusted. I still suck at the game. But you notice a little less stutter. I doubt it's going to make me play any better. But it is what it is. Maybe when I get the Retro Boys stuff, you know, when I can get around to it, then I'll use the dial and I'll be better at this game. It's almost like they have to give you 5 balls because they know that you can't clear the shit anything anywhere else. Well, I'm playing a lot better than I did. And then also realize that you can use the side of the paddle. Because for a game like this, you have to hold the joystick and just rock it. And of course, that's another reason why I suck at this game, because the higher you go up the wall, the faster the ball goes. And I suck already at this game, so, you know, it doesn't exactly do me any favors. All right, so we're also going to try Missile Command. And remember, I can actually use the pad, the number pad, to actually move the cursor. Find that's more accurate. Look at that. It's not shaking like it did before. Much better. And see how the cursor's moving where it should? The whole point of Missile Command, by the way, is to be strategic about where you put your missiles. Oh fuck, I forgot there's still more. Like the right time to shoot, when to shoot, so use as less missiles as you can. I'm doing a lot better. I can't say the pokey adjustment's the whole reason for it. Ah, shit. I lost the city. Ah, shit. I'm doing a lot better. Alright. So let's get off of that. And it's still not centered. There we go. And obviously, let's play some Kaboom. Now I'm using the actual joystick. Shit. There we go. Alright. So we're going to start. Oh, joystick's much tighter now. Much tighter. I don't have to like go all the way. I can just do slight movements. And I still suck at the game, but a lot better. Plus, it's a learning curve too to use this joystick. It feels a lot tighter. Oh, damn. See, I can actually, like, do just a hairpin where I wasn't allowed to do that before. Remember when I set the high score in Kaboom, how the joystick was going all over the place? Yet, all I was able to do with this now that it's rebuilt and the poke is adjusted is just a slight hairpin adjustment, and I was able to pick each letter. So now that that's working, let me swap out for the Competition Pro. And we're going to try some of the games that don't do so well with the analog joystick. And obviously we'll go back to the analog joystick for stuff like Pac-Man. We'll do that. Just give me a second here because it doesn't take that long to really get this going. Only takes a minute or two. Just to show you how quickly that I could get this going. And just like that, we have the keypad ready to go, and we have the Competition Pro ready to go. And definitely the Competition Pro works a lot better now. Because before even it was being a little bit of a pain in the butt. Here's Pac-Man. And damn it, it looks nice. Oh, look at that. Oh, this is much better. Even with the Competition Pro, you know how like sometimes you're still jerking around a little bit? He's not jerking around as much anymore. Look at that. Still a little bit. Like when I stop him short. But it's not as bad as before. Just gotta learn how to use the joystick a little bit. But I'm not like laboring over it like I did before. Go to those last couple. No problem at all. Now I gotta still rebuild the Competition Pro stick because I want to put new cherry switches in here. I just gotta find out which cherry switches actually work for this thing. And I died. They outran me. Fuck. Because when he jerks back like that, I find that it's because in me panicking a little bit and trying to pull the joystick back too quickly, that's what actually causes him to jerk back quicker. Yeah, see, I panicked there. I'm not used to using a joystick too much. I'm more used to using a controller. Yeah. It's much better when you put it on a table. Because that's another thing I'm trying to do too. I'm trying to throw the joystick to shake off the ghosts. But I don't think the stick is too well equipped for that. Because there's a lot of space inside the joystick. And remember, it hasn't been serviced or cleaned yet. So, because I feel the stick moving around inside the shaft a little bit. Like scratching against the side here. So I don't know if sometimes it doesn't hit the micro switch or what. Definitely worth opening up. All right, let's try another game. Obviously want to try pole position because that's what we tried the last time. And that's a good way to tell. And by the way, I do want to try gyrus with the 5200 joystick. Because I don't think that'll work with the Competition Pro. Same problem. We're having problem pole position. Oh boy. Alright. Let me just swap out for the 5200 controller and see if that's still a problem. Because pole position worked before, so I don't know why it's not working now. And I do have the actual cart. What the hell did it do? Oh. There we go. This pole position was working before. Still the same problem. We'll skip that for now. Let's go to gyrus. Because 2 joysticks that didn't work. And it worked before I sent it out. It is moving, it's just... It's hard to move back. But I can move in all directions. Let me see if I can do that with the Competition Pro Stick. Because I don't know if it's an analog game or not. And right now I'm sucking at it with the... But I am moving with it. So that's good. By the way, I always try to turn off the any console. Doesn't matter what it is. I always try to turn them off when I'm changing the game. Because you could have a problem where the where you can short out your ports. And it doesn't matter if it's a Dreamcast or what it is. Oh, there we go. Doesn't matter if it's a Dreamcast or whatever it is. You can mess up your controller board like that by hot swapping. So it's always best to do what the manufacturer tells you to do. Turn off the system, then change your game. Alright, so you can't move all the way around with the Competition Pro. So it's not built for analog. So I guess it's more built for analog. But Gyrus was working on the 5200 joystick. It's just that the pole position wasn't working. I'm trying to figure out what other game doesn't work. Let me try Mario Brothers real quick, see if that works.
Although the following recording has been edited for home listening, certain portions pertinent to plot and character development may not be suitable for all family members. Therefore, if younger persons are currently listening, parents are advised to murder the little bastards, wring their scrawny necks, get them in a gut and rotate. That's right, sucker punch them in the balls. I'm telling you, I hate a loser.
Cut the music.
Every time I see those snot-nosed...
Cut the music. Oh, shit. Ah, fuck you. Come on. I was able to reach him in time, so that's good. That wasn't too bad. Come on. Oh, come on. God damn it! Oh, brother. Man, fuck all you turtle assholes. Alright, let me try something else. Oh, damn. You're supposed to press reset on that. Because sometimes the reset button doesn't work. Let me see if any of these work. I haven't tried any of these. Let me see. Oh, this is a real pisser. Being able to play Donkey Kong on a 5200. Well, technically, if you have an Atari 8-bit computer, it'll still work. So... But yeah. Oh, what the fuck? You see that, right? But yeah, anyway. That's something I wasn't expecting. They go a lot differently than the fucking arcade version, that's for sure. They have that first barrel coming at you. And it's a lot faster than the ColecoVision version. I meant to fucking... Let's try that again. I meant to move right, instead it goes up the friggin' ladder. It moves faster than the ColecoVision version. ColecoVision is slow by comparison. See, I climbed up the fucking ladder. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh well, I guess it worked in a way. And And I know some people before, they ask the question, how come Donkey Kong is so responsive? Fuck! Anyway, it's because for the Atari 400 and 800, it's known for using the 2600 controllers. So, when they program games for the 5200, and caught between there. When they're programming games for the 5200, they sort of had to work around the quirks of this 5200 joystick. Whereas this one's a lot tighter because it's expecting a 2600 joystick. Which, in a way, the Competition Pro is. Yeah, I can never understand why the hell you would need to press up for a jump. That's stupid. You have 2 fire buttons. It's not needed. And of course, this is the cart. This is what comes with the cart. And it's beef drop. It's supposed to be burger time. I was trying to catch them, but I guess I couldn't. We'll say it controls a hell of a lot better than a television. Then again, that's not saying much. And I do eventually want to work on in television, specifically in the television 2, because it has the removable sticks. Yeah, this joystick does go a little right. I don't know why you're throwing pepper left and right. And why he's going up the ladder instead of going down. Let me pause this real quick, and then I'm going to actually get the pole position cart, see if we have any more luck. Alright, so I have a real pole position cart. Let's see if we still have the same problem. No! We have a legitimate cart, and it works. So it was definitely the flash cart. I'll be damned. So I guess for pole position, I need to use the actual cartridge for it. Because another thing with Jesse is that he used the flash cart in testing too, but he used the backbit cart. But you see, it's working. Using a legitimate cartridge. Working just fine. I forgot I'm supposed to actually, go into high gear. You see, legitimate cartridge. It's working. Let's get my ass back on the track. I'm using the Competition Pro. Oh, that's bullshit. I was right there. You couldn't give me that. Oh, shit. Anyways. So, yeah, I guess there was an issue with the flash cartridge for that. I gotta send an email to him and see if... Because I know he has the one I've got, which is the Ultimate SD, but in testing, he used the back bit, as you see in the pictures. So, what I gotta ask him is to try it with, if he tried pole position with the back bit and if it worked. Because if it did, then I gotta get another flash cartridge, which I was always planning on getting the back bit anyway, especially when I do the Intellivision, but I might have to double time it if pole position works on the back bit, but not on this. So, sometimes it's good to have a legitimate cartridge to test out with. So yeah, other than this, right now I'm satisfied. I like it. It's a very good job. Obviously, a hiccup with the pole position where the flash cartridge was working before, but now it's not. But luckily now we have the cartridge. So until next time, I'm going to play some 5200.